Hey guys, welcome to Cakewalk Cambridge. I'm Aisha and today we're going to start with chapter 16.4 reproduction. This presentation comprises sexually transmitted infections. It's only 6 slides long and we're going to get done with it real quick. So let's get started. So what exactly is an STI? An STI is a sexually transmitted infection. It is an infection that is transmitted via body fluids through sexual contact. This is usually a 1 mark question. If you're lucky, you get it for 2 marks. So I didn't really make any terms bold because you just need to know the whole definition by heart. And the definition is explanatory. So this alternatively is also called a sexually transmitted disease, STD, and that is a more commonly used term. But GCSE, your syllabus requires you to use STI, so that's what you're going to use. It is an infection that is transmitted, means that it is passed on via body fluids through sexual contact. And you should be able to state that human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, is an example of an STI. If I'm not mistaken, one paper required you to know the full form of this. I'm not really sure, but it's always better to know it, especially because HIV is a really important part of this topic. So human immunodeficiency virus is an example of an STI. That should be the first one that comes to mind when they ask you for an example. So the spread of STIs. So there are like three most common ways. One is one is by drug users who share needles that are contaminated with blood. Okay. So basically, if one drug user has has HIV and the needle is inserted into his flesh, then the remnants of the blood will still be on the needle. And if another drug user uses the same needle, then they'll be injecting that blood into their own body system, and so they'll get HIV as well. 2 is anal intercourse between homosexual men, and 3 is babies born to HIV carriers. So you just need to know these three. Usually this comes for 3 markers, so I think you should know all three. We will get into it again. So avoid sexual intercourse with certain groups. That is how you can control the spread of STIs. Now, what are these groups? So one are people who are called prostitutes. These are people who who get paid to have sexual intercourse with other people. 2 is people who casually have sexual intercourse with a lot of other people. And 3 is people who you don't know whose sexual background or whose relationship status or whatever you don't know. Okay, because you don't know how many people they have had sexual intercourse with, and you don't know who they have had sexual intercourse with. They may potentially be STI carriers. And an STI is caused by bacterium, and so because it is caused by bacterium, it may be curbed by antibiotics. Curbed doesn't control or regulate it. So as you know, antibiotics are effective on bacteria because bacteria have cell walls, but they're not active. They're not effective on viruses because viruses don't virtually have a cell wall. So STIs caused by bacterium can be curbed by antibiotics. HIV. So basically, HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. I'm going to keep saying it so you try to know it by heart by the end of this video. So it can be transmitted via sharing needles with an infected person, as we already spoke about drug users. Blood transfusion with infected blood. That is the same thing basically, but it's not about the needles. It's taking blood that is infected with the STI and transferring it directly into another human being. And from a mother to a fetus through the placenta, and a mother to a baby via breastfeeding. You need to know all 4 of these. These are basically elaborated points of what my second slide was. So I'd say you definitely need to know all 4 of these. And very often they ask you about why people may need blood transfusions or anything. And that is because very often your blood platelet count or something may be low. And when that is low, you need to use someone else's blood. Okay, and to do that, you need to ensure that the other person has the same blood group as you. So this is just an example. When I was a baby, I was supposed to have a blood transfusion, and my blood group is B positive. And I was supposed to have another person who has B positive blood give me blood. Okay, that's how it basically works. Okay. And you should also be able to state that an HIV infection may lead to AIDS. AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. I don't think you need to know the full form, but just know that HIV infection leads to AIDS. Now, how HIV affects the immune system, this is very important 4-marker question in most papers. It also is linked with chapter 10 of yours, disease and immunity. So basically, HIV, the virus, human immunodeficiency virus, attacks certain kinds of lymphocytes. What are lymphocytes? Lymphocytes are white blood cells. So basically, when they are attacked, the number of white blood cells or lymphocytes decreases in your body, the count. And lymphocytes produce antibodies, which basically help fight against infections, as we've already done in chapter 10. So when lymphocytes are less antibodies are also produced. The body becomes vulnerable, or as IGCSE mark schemes love the term, susceptible to disease. Okay, like super important. Try and use this term, susceptible to disease. Seen it in various mark schemes. So diseases like pneumonia, influenza, and blood disorders can affect your body. This leads to a damaged immune system. Every point here carries a mark, so you better remember all 6, because in an exam you're bound to forget at least 2 to 3. Trust me, it's happened to me, and I studied my guts out for my GCSEs. So yeah, the first 3 points are really easy, and the fourth one as well. Susceptible to disease, and the last one is just an outcome of what happens due to HIV affecting the immune system. And of course, as a result of all of this, the body may acquire AIDS. So yeah, 6 minutes and we're done with the chapter. So I hope this helped you. This was just STIs broken down and simplified for you. If you have any questions, post it in the comments below. You can always email me. My email is on the YouTube channel page. And yeah, like this video, share it with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. We'll get through this together.